Kris Gethin here, Mike Rashid, my man.
My brother.
So I heard this guy was coming to town here a couple of days ago, so I reached out because, God, when was the last time that we hung out? Do you even remember?
We've seen each other in Vegas.
Yeah, that's it, Vegas,
but it
yeah.
was in passing.
Yeah. That's a problem normally at these expos, at these events. It's like you have the best intentions to meet up, but it gets so crazy. It never happens. You never see anyone. So the last time we really hooked up, I'd say, was probably in Boise, in Emmett, of all places. Getting a workout there, in the gym. Yes, she's even looking like Emmett. But, we're always staying in touch and chatting, but, trying to
This is my only friend that when we text, we just video chat, video record. And I know it looks gay. People look at me like, oh, you got that guy, what's going on?
Yeah, I tell you what, it feels like that when I press play and I just see your whole face in there. It's like, man, pull the camera away, Mike. Dude, come on. And sometimes he's in bed talking to me. And it's on its side. I feel like I'm spooning you on occasion. No, but anyway, so we got together and I said to Mike yesterday, I said, do you want to get in a workout this weekend? He's like, man, let's do something different. Everybody gets together and work out. Let's talk. Let's discuss.
And they've seen us work out a million times.
Yeah.
Like even with my channel, there's certain people that don't appreciate the evolution of Mike Rashid. And that's okay. They're just not ready for it yet. But I mean, you've seen there's 10 times of each type of body part you could do on my channel. It's like it's time to move on to something else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that kind of is like what we've been talking about, just covering more content that's not so physically driven, I've been really trying to get across to people lately, there's media sources, right? I don't like calling this social media anymore. It's just media. It's strong. I watched a whole documentary on how Facebook influences political elections. So this is the media. We're as strong as the news, And I'm telling people, look, you now have options to get, information, like to consume information that's good for you, that's meaningful, that's positive, funny, or motivational, whatever. Let's try not. You don't go eat junk food. You don't go eat McDonald's every day. Then why consume your mind with garbage media? Mm-hmm. I've been big on that lately.
So what would you distinguish as garbage media? Do you mean things that's
negative, like just stuff that's negative, stuff that make you feel bad and have anxiety, and stuff that's not really progressive. It's if it's something that can make you smile, I think that's good. You know what I'm saying? But
But what about the middle end of that spectrum? So, okay, so you've got the good, you've got the bad. What about you have, like, the reality TV that really doesn't progress or doesn't give you or influence anything within your life? So you could be looking at a crap load of friends' socials, and all it basically is what that person's doing throughout the day. And before you know it, you've consumed 3 hours of your day looking at basically nothing that's going to help you progress.
I feel like that's somewhat garbage. That's junk food for the mind. Like I tell people some of the channels that I follow, that like on YouTube, it's catered to the things that I'm interested in, and it's like ASAP Science, Veritasium, Vsauce, Star Talk Radio. I like to learn. Like even if I'm not paying attention to it, I want to put something on that's some kind of information that's kind of seeping into my brain a little bit. You know what I mean? Even nutritional stuff. There's a girl you should check out. Her name is Dr. Rhonda Patrick. Her vlogs, they're all interviews with other like scientists, doctors, and her stuff is all health and nutrition based. It's just a wealth of information, of good information. And I'm like, people, y'all got access to amazing. When I first went to college, I didn't finish, but when I went, I was blown away by having a university of information at my disposal, right? But it wasn't, the internet was barely starting. It wasn't that wasn't even on the table. It was books. But now we all have it right in our phones.
Yeah, exactly. Just think about what it was like 10, 15 years ago when people didn't have access. They didn't have the opportunities that they do now. It's held there right in their hand where anybody can progress or begin any type of business platform from themselves. Like you hear about the mum and pop peanut butter company that started, and now millions of dollars later it's a huge worldwide success because it all started there. So you can use it as an application of positivity or negativity or complete waste of time. Just like you pick up a book from the shelves, is this going to be a book that's going to give you any information? Well, maybe not, but maybe there's one page in there that will. So then you disregard the next. And then basically out of 20 books, you found the book that's going to work for you.
But see, at least we're reading, consuming information by means of reading, even if it's fiction, it's still exercising your brain.
Yeah, because there's a lot.
Still getting something out of that.
Exactly, and there's analogies that you can take from those fictional books that you can put into reality for yourself. Like, we all know that exercise in the morning that promotes the blood flow to your brain helps you focus and become a little bit more disciplined if you're living this lifestyle into other aspects of your world. But if you are activating your brain with the reading or with the listening, something that's going to get you thinking, then of course you're going to be a little bit more focused. And it's just like you have to train your body, you have to train your brain to absorb content and retain it and utilize it.
What's your morning routine?
My morning routine, I will wake up and I'll make myself a drink.
You wake up in the morning?
I do. I wake myself up. Because I have to wake her up following. But I'll have like my greens drink, so I'll put greens in there, apple cider vinegar, organic lemon juice, turmeric, ginger, cinnamon, glutamine, branched chain amino acids, kefir. You have kefir? No. Okay, kefir is a very strong fermented probiotic, so if we're cleansing the body out with apple cider vinegar, then obviously we're cleansing a lot of the bacteria out as well, so this helps replenish the bacteria, so then we can synthesize foods and absorb it, so that's what my routine is every day, because like the gut is our second brain. So if I look after the gut, then my brain is healthier, I feel better about myself, I'm not bloated, and then I feel that I'm able to synthesize the foods that I eat that much more readily, because we're on a high protein diet. That's a lot of intestinal wall clogging that's going on.
I'm glad you're talking about this, because about 3 months ago, I radically changed my diet, my nutrition regimen. So I'm eating once a day.
Once a day?
Yeah, for the most part. Now,
but you're absorbing a lot more now.
On the road, on the plane, I'm messing up a little bit here and there, but for the most part, I'm eating once a day. And I'm eating mostly plant-based. So I'm not eating as much animal protein. I've never been big on protein, personally. I've never been big on meat. Like when I eat meat, it's got to be burnt, and I chop it up, so it's not meaty. You know what I mean? I'm just not into it like that. So I'm mostly eating fish, salmon.
Pescatarian diet.
Yeah, pretty much. But I've been alternating. One day, no animal protein. The other day, some fish.
So when you say no animal protein, so what are your protein sources, like tofu or?
No, I'll do a shake. Yeah. A plant protein shake.
Gotcha.
Pea protein.
Yeah.
And I make it amazing to super. So I've been doing that, and the reason I've been doing this is because I lost a lot of discipline with my nutrition over the past 3 years, and I needed to get it back. But I'm not into gradual things. I just dive in. So that, and I gained weight. I was up to 245. Didn't feel good. That's heavy for me. That's the heaviest I've ever been. And getting my blood work done, and things were high. It's like your liver's working really hard.
Yeah.
And I know that's not just the protein, but supplements and lactic acid from training. Yeah. It's an extra stress that people don't realize. So, and my father had a heart attack years ago, so I've always been conscious of that. But luckily, I did a calcium test. My calcium score was 0, so I'm good on that. But everything else, I'm like, I need to be healthy. So, and I just didn't feel good. I didn't like how I looked or felt.
And what you normally find as well, if you're having like lighter forms of protein, whether it be pescatarian, plant, whey protein, is that your body, especially as we get older, isn't utilizing as much energy to try to break down those proteins. So we feel more energetic, we feel lighter. It's because sometimes if you have a heavy meal, it's like you go into a brain haze because your body's
brain is doing the work.
Yeah, exactly.
And I give people this analogy all the time. You could take like Ferrari, right? Ferrari is very romantic about their automobiles, and I love that. There's certain models don't have radios, electric windows, no AC, because it takes away the performance of the car. Now, in a regular car, an air conditioner takes up 30% of the car's resources. It's no different. I use that same analogy when we're digesting all of this crap all the time. Mm-hmm. Our immune system is not working as optimally. We're not getting the nutrient absorption that we need because people don't realize it's all in the gut, right, and in the intestines. So, yeah, you're right. You're using up a lot of your body's resources, brain and stomach, and producing a lot of, acids and whatnot to break that stuff down.
It's funny because a lot of people do think of output. They think how hard they can train, how much weight that they can push, how often they can go to the gym, how many calories that they can pull in, and they're not thinking about their hormonal response with their cortisol levels. The stress activity is going through the roof, and are actually playing away against what they're trying to achieve. They're going one way, but the body is like protesting and going back the other. So when you start focusing more on the health aspect as opposed to, okay, how many macros am I getting in? How many calories am I getting in?
Absolutely. And I'm sure that people that really follow you, that really follow me, they know this because they get a deeper something from us. I'm sure you've had those interactions. Somebody told you something that raised their hair on you.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe, like a couple of people today, with some sort of emotional disorders that they've had to overcome with depression and stuff like that. And this has helped them. That's what really touches it for me. And when you see a transformation image of it before and after, it's like, I want to know the story behind it. I don't want to just see the pictures, And so that's what I love about these events, and obviously getting to meet up with yourself and hear these stories just gives you kind of confirmation of what we're doing is the right thing.
Let's do it again.
Let's do it. Be rude not to.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thanks, Mike. Appreciate it, bud.